Y'all know what time it is.
It's Off the Hook, coming at you live from Egopolis Square.
Yo, Marina, tell the people the good news before we introduce the stages.
Huh? Like, right now? What was the good news again?
You know, the single most important celebration of our culture, the Splat...
Oh, the Splatfest!
Ding, ding, ding! We've got a Splatfest coming up quick.
Splatfest always get my ink pumping. I've got to get my gear ready.
Yo, Marina, what's the Splatfest theme this time?
I'm too nervous to look. You do it.
Fine. The Splatfest theme is... What?
What is it, Pearly? What's the theme? Tell me.
Okay, here it comes. The Splatfest theme is... Back like we never left, it's Mario time.
We're celebrating the Super Mario Bros. 35th anniversary, Splatfest style.
Would you rather go big and have a super mushroom power?
Or would you rather have superstar power and be invincible? Hold up though, Pearl. Wasn't the Splatocalypse the final Splatfest?
It was, but it's Mario. We gotta throw a party.
True that. Okay, back to business. Pearl, I'm guessing your team's Superstar?
What? No way! Super mushroom for life!
Oh, really? I thought maybe you wouldn't want to, admit...
Admit what?
Well, just, you know that you're not, big enough already?
Listen, Marina. I'm already huge. I'm already unstoppable. Why not go bigger?
Oh, right, because there's no such thing as invincibler?
Exactly.
Got it. In that case, it's Team Superstar for me. Star power, here I come.
You're already a star, Marina. We're an unstoppable duo. We're off the hook, never shook, win every fight like a shark bite.
I can't argue with that, but I'm also really into running super fast and sparkles.
Come on, Marina. One time, let's fight for the same team.
Can't do it, Pearl. The star is calling. Do 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 do.
Get big, bust bricks, don't you ever forget. Stomp in trouble double size, blowing up before your very eyes.
Agree to disagree?
Agreed. Let's go, super mushrooms.
Jump up, superstars. Da 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 da.
By the way, this is a 48-hour Splatfest, so be ready to give it your all.
Hit the turf, Splatin, and don't let up.
Now head over to the Splatfest terminal and pick your favorite power-up.
Do it for Mario, and make sure to equip your Splatfest tea and level it up.
And that's all the time you've got. Until next time, don't get cooked, stay off the hook.
Hello everybody and welcome to day 2 of Super Mushroom vs. Superstar. And today we are joined by...
It's me, hi.
Woo! So without further ado, let's go. Except not let's go yet because I didn't do the right screen. There we go.
You haven't started the game yet?
It was on the intermission screen, I almost forgot to change it.
I thought you meant you hadn't opened Splatoon yet.
I haven't even taken it out of the box.
Oh boy.
Until next time, don't get cooked, stay off the hook. This is totally waifu gushing, but I just love Marina's wink when she gets back on the stage.
Hopefully the TV isn't being too loud. I don't know why the ads are so loud.
Joining Splatfest battle. ...
I know you've been playing since we were last playing because I saw you on my Quava on the screen.
Yeah, I was playing off and on throughout the day, and it just feels so good to be playing this game again, because I love Splatoon.
Mm.
So, is it safe to assume that you've been awake all day playing this, too?
I was, and then I went to bed at like 7:30 for a nap, and now I'm back. But I do that normally, not just on Splatoon days.
Yeah, I've been trying to get back to a normal sleep schedule, because I'm usually pretty nocturnal, but my family keeps insisting that I be awake during normal times.
I'm gonna go let the dog outside real fast. Be right back.
Bye. Alright, let's gossip about him. Alright, so a bit of a reminder for people who might be new to these streams. So, unlike the other Splatfest streams that we've had on the channel, we changed the audio setup for the game audio. So, the game audio and footage should be synced up properly.
Oh,
it's
come
just a few minutes behind from us talking, but hopefully that's not too much of a problem. And it kicked us out.
My stream is behind?
No. So, like, when I talk, I'm going to say I'm crediting him now, and then it'll show up a few seconds late on the stream, because of the... Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if I was able to fix it either. The different streaming software than you do.
If there's a way to separate your audio from the game audio, because I record both of those on the same track, if there's a way to separate those that I could fix it, I don't know how to do that.
Well, mine lets me record my computer audio and my microphone audio. It lets me set them at different delays. But the game sound is off too, I think. So then you can just fix both of them, I suppose. Threes, I do not need a nap. Leave me alone. I'm fine. I'm a perfectly healthy adult.
We are grown-ups.
Yeah. We're allowed to drink and drive and stuff at the same time. Don't do that.
But
You'll get arrested.
But I like doing neither of those, because I don't drink and I can't drive.
I can't drink, but I do drive. I'm still a baby adult where they don't let you drink yet, but they do let you sell your soul to the government. I mean, enroll in the military.
Alright, I finally got my stream pulled up on my phone so I can actually read chat now. Hello, Threes Productions.
I'm drawing on paper, just doodling, and it's so weird to draw without being on a computer, because there's no stabilizer, so it's like, oh yeah, that's right, the handshake.
Yeah, I go back and forth all day between writing notes on my computer and then going back to notebooks, and like both of them suck because like I can't type fast enough to get all my ideas down, so I typically like forget words, and when I'm writing stuff, my hand gets tired because of the pencil. Can't there just be like something they can plug into my brain and then just get all the ideas down instantly?
You can just talk them out into the Siri and then the text or the speech to text option.
But then Siri will keep track of all my ideas.
She already does.
There's this great line on The Office where Dwight's all like, Dwight and Michael are talking together, and Michael's like, Dwight, why do you have a journal? To keep secrets from my computer.
Third try is the charm, probably.
Please, Splatoon gods, help us play Splatfest.
I was playing it by myself just a few minutes ago before I started to stream, and it was fine. Although I was playing pro battles and not regular battles, so maybe there's more people doing pro right now.
Mm-hmm. I think it's pretty safe to say that Team Superstar is probably gonna win popularity because, like, my friend James was playing earlier and he got like 5 mirror matches in a row.
Yeah, that's what I've heard a lot on Reddit. Is that it's really hard for Superstar to actually get into a battle against Mushroom because the popularity is so unbalanced.
Yeah. So, one thing I hope they do with the next game, they probably won't do this, but I hope they have more than 2 people to Splatfest teams, because that would give people more options so that even if one team is filled with too many people, they can still battle other teams and things like that. Now that could work, but on the other hand, like, what happens if there's like pretty much nobody on one of the teams? So I don't know, but it might be worth it at some point, maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
Three's Production says you got your first Zelda game. Yay! Which one?
Nice.
I love The Legend of Zelda.
Mm-hmm. Well, now we've got 4 people on our team.
Yeah.
Now we just need to get some people off of their team.
Do you know the Lord Song team?
Mm-hmm.
So, one time James and I were recording Splatoon 2 videos. So, at the intro of every video, I sang a parody of a song. But, wait, is this what I'm thinking of? Is this what I'm thinking of?
Yeah, it's the bouncy pad one.
Oh, I thought it was the one with the rising water.
No. The only ones I've seen this whole Splatoon are this one, the bunker game, and the one with the giant cannons. I've only seen those 3 rotated. It hasn't been all of them, which is weird.
Booyah bomb!
And I haven't seen a new one that was just for this Splatfest either.
Yeah, they probably weren't going to have a new one at all because it's only a bonus Splatfest, so I put in the
Yeah,
effort.
and that makes sense. That makes sense. But it's weird. I wonder how they decided on these 3.
But yeah, finishing that story. So there's one video where I sung a Splatoon version of Lord's Team, and I don't remember a lot of the other lyrics for those other songs, but I remember that one perfectly. So I like to annoy James by singing it occasionally. Alright, so viewer warning for Pie's stream. This is normal for my videos, but I'm pretty sure Pie's viewers aren't subjected to my bad singing, but yeah. But anyway, yeah, here's the song. We are Inklings, you'll never see us on Steam. We say woomy and we like to eat ice cream. There's no humans to interrupt our games. And you know, I am here with James. It's so much fun to annoy him with that.
Oh dear. My dog wants back in now. She's gonna have to wait until after this battle. She can stay outside. She wanted out so bad.
It's a puppy! Bye, they're picking on me.
Well, then kill them. This applies to any situation where someone is picking on you.
That's morbid.
I know. I hate these bump cuts. Constantly falling off of them.
This one, playing these with dualies is kind of okay-ish, because you can, well, I fell off right there, but you can do the dodge roll thing in the air to get just a little bit further, and that can help sometimes, but yeah.
Then you just dodge roll off the edge more often. Terrible. No, we won that.
We did it! We won this
I'm higher level than anyone on either team.
Pyope, please nerf.
Please do not nerf. I've already been nerfed enough.
Whenever you hear the word nerf, I can't help but think of Overwatch with D.Va being all like, nerf this!
And no, I've not played it before.
I haven't played Overwatch that much either, except for when it was briefly free for Switch Online. But I will say, every video game convention I've always been at, there's always been like 3 cosplays that are everywhere. There's always going to be somebody cosplaying as either D.Va, Tifa, or Pikachu. Those are the 3 that I always see.
Yep.
Woohoo world!
You don't get to come inside and bark. Too salty.
Bria bomb, activate! Ah!
I keep running out of ink so fast because I don't have my shirt on. Well, my good shirt, my gear. That's the one thing I don't like about Splatfest is I can't wear my normal clothes, and then I don't have the chunks that I need.
Mm-hmm.
So I run out of ink so quickly.
I know what you meant, but that just sounds very funny. I keep running out of ink because I'm not wearing a shirt.
No, because I'm not wearing the right shirt.
I super jumped over to somebody because I was going to do the splashdown, but they did the splashdown anyway, but then I probably should have because 2 people came to that platform anyway.
Dang it.
Did you get splatted?
Yeah. I was trying to get someone who was super jumping. And I did get them, but then somebody else got me.
I avenged you, probably.
No, they're already dead.
So the thing you said yesterday about the Splatfest colors make you think of McDonald's? That's making me crave McDonald's now.
Yeah, I didn't ever get any today. I don't know when they close, actually.
I think they're still open, so let's do DoorDash on stream.
Well, see, I don't DoorDash. I just drive over there because I live like 2 minutes away from Taco Bell, Burger King, and McDonald's. Which I know Burger King closes at 11, and Taco Bell closes at 2 in the morning.
I like DoorDashing because I don't like talking to people, so it's just nice to have the food suddenly there.
I've never used it before because I don't want to have to pay all the extra fees.
Yeah.
It'll be like a $5 meal and then $15 in fees.
One word of advice I could recommend to people who DoorDash. If you eat out frequently, I recommend getting extra food. Because it's a lot cheaper in the long run to get that extra food now rather than DoorDashing multiple times throughout the week.
Yeah, that would make sense. But then you gotta put it in the fridge.
I mean, yeah, the soda will probably get flat by the time you drink it, but I kind of like flat soda.
See, my big problem would be, like, it's fine having lettuce in your Taco Bell when you get it fresh, but if you put it in the fridge and then you microwave your Taco Bell later, microwave lettuce is an abomination. It is so terrible.
Yeah. I usually take the lettuce off the tacos anyway, because I don't... Okay, my relationship with lettuce is weird. I will only eat it if there's nothing else touching it. I won't eat it if it's on a taco or on a burger, or even if it has dressing. Only lettuce, and then that's
I don't like lettuce at all. I'll tolerate it in like a taco sometimes, but a lot of the time I just get it without the lettuce. And I have rice added. Have you ever done that at Taco Bell? Have rice put on something that doesn't normally have it? It makes it much better.
I don't think I have, but I'll try that next time I do Taco Bell.
I get like the cheap value menu tacos, and then I have them add rice, and it is amazing.
I usually do the chicken quesadilla and then a couple tacos, the Dorito tacos.
I've never had the Dorito tacos before. I feel like if I did, then I wouldn't be fine with the regular ones. And also, I don't like crunchy tacos much.
Yeah, it's understandable. They have really good.
They hurt my mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The one thing I don't like about Dorito tacos is that they kind of get all over your fingers, and I don't like that.
Oh yeah, that would make sense.
I'm sorry you don't understand.
Yeah, I don't like dusty foods. I like to eat them, but I don't like the texture on my hand. I'll have a napkin or a towel next to me when I'm eating like Doritos because I have to wipe my fingers off after every single chip.
Yeah. Like
just autism things.
I'll tolerate it with Cheetos and Dorito tacos, but I don't like that texture either. No, it doesn't agree with me.
Especially like when you're trying to like clean your room or something, and you like pick something up that was covered in dust, and then it's all over your hand, and it's all over everything else, and it's just like instant meltdown. I do not like it.
Hello, Grinker.
Probably the hardest part about cleaning my room is having to deal with dust.
Yeah. Like, so most of my time I'm working on something on my computer, whether it's a video or the secret project or something like that, but, like, I'm saying, like, too much, I apologize. So, what was I saying? But yeah.
Don't laugh at him, that could have been me.
That made me think of that Futurama quote where Bender and Fire are talking, and they're like, Bender, if you were programmed to jump off a cliff, if your friends were programmed to jump off a cliff, would you do it? Let me check my programming. Yep. But yeah, most of my time is spent on the computer working on some kind of project, so I usually try to avoid having foods like that when I'm working because I don't want to roll over my keyboard.
My keyboard is always covered in cat hair, so I don't really mind. Every now and then I'll blow it out with some, like, canned air.
Hmm.
I'm just now looking at your stream. Your TV is in my Switch.
What? Oh, whoops.
That's funny.
I can fix it eventually. That wasn't supposed to happen. Whoops.
It's just kind of funny because it's not like it's the whole corner of yours, it's just the TV outline.
I had the layering wrong on the thing, but it's fixed now.
Oh yeah, no.
It looks
That's funny.
It looks so funny. I kind of wanted to keep it. Camp Triggerfish. Oh yeah. This is my sister's favorite stage in the game.
Is it? This thing was in Splatoon 1, and me and my friends would have secret squid parties because you used to be able to ink on the back of the logs that are behind the spawn, and then you could just get down behind there and then just chill out of bounds, and it was really fun.
If I remember correctly, this and I believe I want to say Urchin Underpass. I think those two were some of them had some of the more common out of bounds glitches across the first game.
I don't think it was ever patched either, because I remember doing it, and I didn't play Splatoon until after the last Splatfest. So I don't think there were really any patches after that.
I kind of want to do something where, like, someday I'll make a video, like, where I just, like, play through the first Splatoon again one more time. Because, like, it's been a while since I played the Wii U game. And even though I like the second game more, I kind of want to go back to that one just to see if it's still any fun.
I've heard that the online function is pretty much just taken over by hackers nowadays. But, like, the single player is probably good still. I mean, I finished all of it, I remember, but I haven't played it in years.
Oh yeah, the single player is really, really fun.
Yeah.
They have a good chunk of the center. That's not entirely great.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, we'll just take it back.
Okay,
Don't super jump to me. I'm not in a safe area. Don't super jump to me! There needs to be a button you can push that's like, no!
yeah, just splash.
Because the amount of times I've had someone jump to me when I'm actively being shot at is like, ah!
Yeah, just splash down, so I was trying to jump over to you to take care of people.
And also I'm like the worst with like people jumping to me because I'll just walk away from their circle and then they die. And I'm like, oh, sorry, I wasn't even paying attention.
love doing this splash down at the last second because it gives you just a little bit more ink on your team. Right after the countdown's over, so there's nothing the other people can do about it.
Yeah, I'll throw a couple bombs right at the end. Normally I can throw 3 bombs, but I don't have my good gear on, so I can only throw 2.
Curse you, Splatfest T. Ah, yay! I'm a Super Mushroom Queen!
Ah, finally. I leveled up. Now I have, now I'm level 36 star.
Yeah. We're all superstars.
I still haven't been in 100 times battle. How do we have a 7-win streak? We haven't won 7 in a row. I feel like it does it based on the member of your team who has the highest streak rather than the team as a whole. Because I've literally joined like a brand new team and it'll be like 20-win streak and I'm like, what? I can guarantee you it's not a 20-win streak.
Yeah, like, sometimes that'll happen with me too, where I just lost a couple matches, then I'll join a new team, and it'll be like a 3-win streak. And every time I see that, I think of that scene from Mighty Python with the Black Knight, where he only has like one more leg now, and he's all like, I'm invincible!
My friend had never watched that movie, so I made him watch it. It was Thomas.
Nice.
He hadn't watched so many of those terrible 80s movies. So I've made him watch like all of them. Like Spaceballs and Hitchhiker's Guide. And all those good ones that are so bad.
I haven't seen Mighty Python all the way through, but my first programming teacher used that movie for every single lecture. So
oh wow.
It's one of those things where I haven't seen the whole thing, but I feel like I have.
Yeah. I like the way it ends. It's funny. They just all get arrested. And they like when they're on the horses, they just have a guy with coconuts walking behind them.
That caused a little bit of controversy when they're making one of these Shrek movies. Because the beginning of the third one opens with a reference to that, and the people who made Mighty Python were upset that they didn't contact them to ask if it was okay to use that joke.
Oh, I feel like that's not just a Monty Python joke, though. I mean, like, kids do that too, and they've never seen it.
Did you ever watch Robin Hood Men in Tights?
No.
Okay, it has a very similar style of comedy, and it's really funny. So there's a scene where the sheriff of Rottingham comes on screen, and he's riding horses, and his squad of knights, they're singing, they're like da 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 da.
That's funny.
That's a lot of yellow. I don't know. Ouch.
Barely lost.
Sorry, person who had a 7-win streak.
They're like, great, we joined this group. A brand new group, and these idiots lose it for us. No.
Welcome back, Threes Productions.
Oh, multiplayer maps and nodes updated. Hopefully there's no more bouncy pads.
It's all the bouncy pads.
No.
Alright, what's on?
Bouncy pads are evil.
Blackbelly Skate Park and Walleye Warehouse.
Oh, I have a room open again.
Ah! No! Ah!
What did you do?
I accidentally went into a regular battle, so I'm quickly backing out and I gotta reset the game.
Oh.
Load faster. Let me play you. Yeah, feeling fresh out there? No. That's Unamanas.
Do you think Majora's Mask is a good first game? The Nintendo 64, the 3DS version. Because the 3DS version is a lot easier, and the 64 version is really hard. And you can't save it most of the time. You can only save it at certain spots. It's a good game, though.
Yeah, it's my second favorite Zelda. It's tied with Breath of the Wild. So yeah, it is a great game. Just to know that if you're playing the 3DS version, personally, I consider it the inferior version because I think that a lot of the changes that they made kind of made it worse. But it's great for newcomers because it does have a lot of good quality of life improvements that makes it easier. Because yeah, the Nintendo 64 version can be a bit rough if you don't know where you're going, but it's still a really great game that's definitely worth trying.
I've only played the 64 version, but I've watched footage of the 3DS one.
The big thing I don't like about the 3DS version, I really don't like what they did to the Great Big Coast because, like, the Zora mask. Do you remember the swimming controls?
On the 64?
Yeah, on that one. Do you remember how fast and fluid it all was?
Not really, because I didn't swim a lot. I hated it.
Oh, never mind. But yeah, those swimming controls, I thought they were completely perfect, but that's now locked behind magic. And because you're also using a bunch of magic arrows throughout the dungeons, you run out of magic so fast, you're basically required to get shot to a Ramani. But even when you get into the dungeon, the ice arrows, they now only work on very specific spots, so it's like holding your hand throughout the entire dungeon, and it really upsets me, but yeah.
Although the water dungeon is really difficult.
I hear people say that all the time, but it's my personal favorite in the Zelda series.
Well, when I was playing it, I'd gotten all the way there on my first round, and then I had to leave the game plugged in overnight because it was bedtime and I was like 14. My cat had unplugged my controller and it unpaused it during the night, and when I came back downstairs, it was just a Happy Mask salesman, and I was so upset that I just rage quit, and I haven't ever gone back to finishing it.
It's worth it if you go back to it.
Well, I've watched the whole thing played through, but yeah, I was just upset. The first Zelda game I ever played was Skyward Sword, and I hated it because of the motion controls. And then I played Twilight Princess, and I loved that one.
Yeah, we talked about this before, how you didn't like the controls and stuff, but do you think you'd like it if they made an HD version that made those controls optional?
Yeah, and also I feel like the Switch's controls are probably better, and also part of it was probably my own like hand shaking and stuff.
Mm. So I'm weird when it comes to those games, because like I know a lot of people really love Twilight Princess. For the longest time, it was one of my least favorite 3D Zelda games. But I've grown more fond of it over the past couple of years. But at the same time, I kind of can't overlook my problems I have with it. But yeah, even then, it's still a really great game. So there's like really no bad 3D Zelda game out there. They're all pretty great.
Mm-hmm. My Twilight Princess, and then the Wind Waker and Minish Cap are my favorites.
Mm.
I think Twilight Princess was the first one I ever finished, and then it was Wind Waker.
Yeah.
And then I finished Minish Cap without like ever looking up help for it, which I was pretty proud of. I played it on the Wii U, on the Virtual Console.
Wii U. Of the 3D Zelda games, I've beaten most of them. The only one I've never finished was Ocarina of Time. And that one and Twilight Princess are the only ones that I've never 100%ed. But Link's Awakening will always be my favorite because it was the first game that I ever played.
I've never finished Skyward Sword either. But again, I've watched people finish it, so.
That's one where I would say that I think the story of the game is strong enough to carry it, even if you're not a fan of the controls or anything like that. But at the same time, the controls are kind of one of the most important parts of it, so if...
Yeah, and my problem was, I loved it, and I loved the characters and the story, but I couldn't ever get past the first fight with Girahim.
Mm-hmm.
And so I couldn't progress in the story.
I hope that game gets an HD remake, because it really deserves it.
Yeah.
I mean, who knows, they might do it this year, because I believe it's the 10th anniversary of Skyward Sword being a thing.
Yeah, it is, 2011, so. So in November, it'll be 10 years.
I feel old now.
I know, people were discussing the Wii as being, like, retro gaming, and I'm like, no, it's not.
My philosophy is that it counts as retro if it looks better on a CRT, and the Wii is under that category, technically.
Well, everything looks better on a CRT. Because CRTs are better.
Oh, that reminds me. So, I don't know why this is happening, but, like, my Wii U gamepad, I use that as a TV remote for my regular big TV. I don't know how this happens, but it's also synced to my CRT. I never hooked those up together, but it works.
How?
I don't know.
How?
But
That doesn't even make any sense.
so it always throws me off when I use my gamepad to turn on my TV and it turns both of them on. But I gotta say, playing older games on the CRT has honestly kind of been like a magical experience, because like it is good playing them on an HD TV if you have the right adapters for it. But they just look so much more crisp and clean when you're playing them on a CRT.
Hmm. Well, and that's what I grew up with, so it just looks normal to me.
There's also the fact that trying to play a game like that on an HD TV, you kind of have there's like a slight fraction of a second delay on an HD TV compared to a CRT, so that could throw you off at some points.
Yeah. It's like I prefer to watch things on VHS as well. It looks better. Truly, to me, it looks better.
So that reminds me of something funny. So at Disney World, for the longest time, they had a arcade called Disney Quest. It was built in the early 2000s, but it shut down a couple years ago. The last time I went there was in 2013, and they were still selling VHS tapes because they never updated anything in that building. So there's one person I posted a comment explaining that story on a YouTube video, and somebody replied sarcastically asking what a VHS tape was. So then I was like, you know all these fancy streaming services with movies and stuff? Well, back in my day, each individual movie was on a small rectangle that you put inside of a bigger rectangle.
Man, remember when Netflix was a disc that they mailed you when you put it in your Wii? I didn't have it, but my friend did.
I still have
So I'd
mine.
go to her house. And she would, when I was there one time, she was going out and getting the mail, and she comes back in with the Netflix disc to put in the Wii.
I still have mine, and it's probably like the
Crazy.
It's like the most useless Wii game in the world, because a few months after it first came out, they came out with the Netflix channel on the shop channel. They came out with that, and then after that point, if you put the disc into the Wii, it will tell you to just use the channel. So
Well, and also, I don't think the service is connected anymore because there's no internet service for the Wii.
yeah, they shut that down years ago too, and they also announced that they're going to be shutting it down on the Wii U and 3DS later this year too.
Yeah. Well, the whole Nintendo internet?
Just Netflix.
Or just Netflix. I was going to say, not the whole Nintendo.
I will say that watching Netflix on the Wii was kind of a risk, because the Wii wasn't really all that powerful, so it kind of struggled having video like that. And so there were like news stories when it first came out about people's Wiis literally melting because of how much they overheated when trying to run Netflix.
Oh dear. It's kind of funny though.
Back in the good old days when Netflix had all the TV shows and wasn't constantly taking them all off.
Yep. Now you have to get a different streaming service for every different brand that you want to watch, and sometimes 2 streaming services for the same brand. And this is why I never stopped finding things online by myself. It's free.
Yeah, like
I'm just a terrible pirate.
the only Netflix thing I really care about nowadays, like I've heard good things about things like Stranger Things, but I'm just can't personally get into it.
I watched the first season, but I haven't watched any of the others.
Disney Plus is pretty much the only streaming service that I watch regularly nowadays because I'm a huge Disney nerd. But like I know you're not into Disney, so probably not something for you though.
I've watched The Mandalorian, but I only watched the first series, and I don't think I even finished it. I think I only watched the first few episodes. But I didn't watch it on Disney Plus.
Okay, do you know anything that happens in the second season?
Yeah, because of stuff I've seen online, I probably won't ever like end up watching it all. It was interesting, but it wasn't like, I don't know.
Mm.
It's cute. It's a cute concept. It's not for me.
Yeah, that's kind of one of the things that, that's kind of one of the things I latched on to. I'm kind of obsessed with it. So even if you don't watch the whole thing, I recommend at least watching the last episode of season 2 because my goodness, it is like literally the best thing to come out of Star Wars since Revenge of the Sith.
uh,
Walleye Warehouse. They splatted me. How rude.
I'll tell him to stop.
Do you ever squid bag anybody?
Only my friends.
Because, like, Pancake Armin, he's a friend of mine, whenever we play Splatoon, he always squid bags me whenever I get splatted.
Yeah. No, I only do it to my friends. Because it's kind of rude to just do it to random people. Although the only exception to this is because I am a very petty person. So if somebody's constantly killing me and then squid bagging me, anytime I kill them, I will do it back.
Honestly, same.
But that's just because I'm petty.
Honestly, same. I will get revenge on them if if they squid bag me and they keep splatting me. But I don't do it too much because, like, it kind of takes time away
Bad
from
sportsmanship.
kind of takes time away from doing other stuff.
That's bad sportsmanship.
Kind of feel bad for this other team because they just cannot get out of their base.
Well, that's because I'm spawn guarding. I'm talking about bad sportsmanship while I'm actively spawn guarding them.
Yeah, I deserve that. I 100% deserve that one.
But, like, I'm only doing it because I really want the XP from inking stuff. I need them to not get a whole bunch of ink because I need to win to get XP, but I also need to, like, get rid of all the yellow because I need the XP.
I think talking Star Wars might be our secret weapon, because after we finished talking about Star Wars, we suddenly got better.
No, it's because I stopped drawing.
Just look at all that red. Oh, that's so beautiful. High five through the internet. Yeah, I'm gonna read the chat real quick. 3's Production saying is they're playing the 3DS version. It is a good version of Majora's Mask, especially for newcomers. You say you want to record it yourself, but you don't know how. If you have an
You have to get a special card for a 3DS.
If you have an old model 3DS, like a very first model, there's a website called Loopy, they sell modded 3DSs that turn it into capture cards. Mine's Katsucutie, which is no longer in business, so you can't nowadays. You can't get one exactly like mine. But
Maybe on eBay.
yeah, when I do see those, they're like super expensive.
Yeah.
But also I saw Pick Manipulator in the chat too, so hello, welcome. Hope you're having a nice day. One of my favorite things about being a smaller streamer like this is that it's always nice seeing like the same names appear in the stream chat, because that's always really fun to watch. Die, Superstar Scum!
One day I want to be a bigger streamer. Not maybe like huge, but like bigger than like tiny, I guess. I don't know how to explain it. I don't want to be so big that I'm like a household name, because I think that's just kind of ridiculous and not really an achievable goal. But I would like to be big enough that like I can upload a video and know that it'll do fine because I have viewers, and like actually be monetized and able to make money off of it.
It would be nice to earn money off these videos, because I do put a lot of time into it, but at the same time, I don't want to do that, because I like taking my own time working on these videos to make them the best they can be. And if I were to do this as a job, then I feel like I wouldn't have that privilege anymore. Is that the right word?
Well, I feel like if you were doing it like not as like your full-time job, but being able to make some money on it on the side would be nice.
Yeah. I'm pretty content with how big my channel is right now, because I knew going into this that I would never be like Chuck Connery big. Computer battery!
Uh-oh.
Yeah, going into
One thing I want to do is I really want to be in a video with Call Me Kevin, because I really love his video so much.
with who?
But that's probably not an achievable goal.
What was her name again? I'm sorry, I didn't catch that.
Oh, Call Me Kevin.
One silly goal that I had when I started the channel was I wanted to be in a video with the Runaway guys. And that kind of happened, because they appeared in my vlog one time, so that was fun.
Oh, cool. This is one of my like ultimate dreams in life. I want to be the voiceover person for an episode of Did You Know Gaming.
Yes.
Because I watched all of their videos like 2 or 3 times each, even if I don't know what the game franchise is or anything about it, or even if it's like an anime game that I've never even seen the anime, I still watch it because I love video game history.
That's one dream I have too, because especially if they make something obscure that nobody else will ever talk about, like Tokyo Mirage Essence, then I definitely want to do that.
And I wouldn't even care what game it was on. I just really want to be in the video.
Well, who knows? Maybe someday something like that could happen, because we do have the gaming gallery, which is kind of like Did You Know Gaming, so if you ask nicely enough.
I also want to get into voice acting, but I don't know. It'd be a pretty niche voice acting because of my lisp.
So, I'll say something about that that my theater teacher told me, and that I really love this quote. Don't worry about your own limitations, because somewhere out there, somebody's looking for a role that's perfect for you. Because, like, I don't think I could be a good actor or anything like that, but there's probably some kind of role out there for me, so I always liked the way that he worded that.
Yeah, that's neat. I just the problem with being it is I don't know how to get myself out there because like I don't really animate anything, so I can't voice over my own things. But I do think that would be really fun.
Yeah, one thing that alright, so getting onto a slightly serious topic real quick. So, one big thing that I'm concerned about with working on like stuff like the Super Secret Project or something similar to those, I'm worried about voice acting because I want to cast voices who would be appropriate for the roles and things like that, because like my friend the Otaku Artist, she does amazing voice work for some of my Let's Plays, but I don't think she'd be right for that role specifically because how do I word this without being controversial? I'd want to have like the right nationality for the role, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, you don't want to whitewash the voices.
Yeah, that's a really serious problem with a lot of stuff like that, and I never want to cause a problem like that because it is a very, very serious issue.
Yeah, it is, and a lot of voice actors in the industry aren't told or shown like what the character looks like in advance. Like, I know there was this one lady who voiced a black character. I think it was in Walking Dead. And she didn't even know what the character looked like until after all of the voice clips had been recorded, even though the company had already finalized the design. They just didn't show her, and she was really upset. And it's totally not, most of the time, it's not the voice actor's fault. It's the industry's fault, and the people doing the casting. It's their fault, and they know it.
Yeah, the casting directors, they need to do a better job about that.
I think the only type of character I'd really be cast for is probably like little kids, because I have a very young voice, and I have the lisp and stuff. So yeah, but I'd be fine with that. I think that'd be really fun.
I think one voice role that would be pretty fun. I'd like to do a voice of a villain because I think I could pull off that off somewhat. Because the most fun thing about acting is playing a role that's not like you at all. Because like I'm usually a pretty quiet person in real life, but being able to play like a super tough, intimidating bad guy would be pretty fun.
Yeah.
That's one thing I'm really looking forward to with my Super Paper Mario Let's Play, is that I can have some fun with voice acting in that one, because that's been a lot of fun when recording those videos.
I was gonna say something and now I've forgotten.
Reflex says, melting Wii, my favorite yogurt.
Do not eat the Wii.
Big Manipulator says, if I wait out to be big names or really known for a video game franchise in particular to get on digital gaming. Yeah, that's pretty much the rule of thumb that I've noticed, is that they want narrators that'll attract attention. So that's why you have people like Jack Conray and Luca Jin occasionally on there.
Seth Silverman. Oh, I remember it. What it was? You remember when you did? You played my game all the way through, yeah?
I couldn't beat the first level. The ball got stuck.
Push tab.
I really want to try it again. Like, actually, you know what? You know what? It might be fun to try that later on stream.
Like tonight?
I don't know, like maybe sometime.
I mean, we could do it tonight if you're up for it, because I'll probably be up the rest of the night. And I can, like, give you hints on stuff, and, like, if I can, like, explain what I did, like, to make the Game Maker stuff in the background, that might be helpful for the project.
I was curious about one thing.
Because I did some pretty sneaky tricks to get some of the stuff to work.
I was curious about a few things. Like I'm 90% sure I know how you did the physics for the ball, but I don't know how you did things like made the game able to go into full screen or things like that.
Well, I made the whole thing in drag and drop. And the version of GameMaker I was using had a button prompt, if button is pushed, go to full screen. So that's how I did that. Then with the ball moving, it's when it touches a wall piece or a block piece or the bouncy thing at the bottom. Those all have the same coding, actually. They're just reskins of the same item, and then the one that you can move has that added on it.
Yeah.
But what happens is it picks a random direction and then goes in that direction.
That's what I figured.
That's it. That's literally all. It's just pick random direction and then go that way. So sometimes, like, it'll bounce, like, the opposite of what you're expecting. And I talked with the teacher to, like, how could you make it so that it doesn't do that? And he's like, well, you're going to have to not do a drag and drop, and you'll probably spend a few hours coding that. I'm like, oh, okay.
I think I
So
remember
that's why
him
it's
saying
like
that. I think I remember that.
I got an A+ on that project.
I really wish that I still have my copy of the final project. And I even showed it on stream once. I wish I kept the grade for it though, because I remember he said something really nice, but I can't remember what it was for the life of me.
Okay, this is what he said on mine, because I actually have it saved to the desktop. He says, "You created an amazing piece of video game art. I don't know how else to describe it. Your comic book story about a video game merged with an actual video game works very, very well. You have an exceptional talent for storytelling through art, and you have done an admirable job of creating a video game as well. Overall, an exceptional job." And I got 150 out of 100 points. So that's one of my greatest achievements.
Yeah. I really liked that teacher. He was one of the nicest programming teachers I've ever had.
He was really awesome. I wish I had him, like, for more classes, but
Yeah.
I haven't. Him and Coral are probably the best teachers.
I liked most of the teachers I've had at school. There was one. I didn't not like him, but his grading was really, really strict. So that kind of didn't want me to take any more classes with that one. But he was a really nice guy and really easy to talk to if I had problems.
Oh, and Lee Ioman, he's a really good teacher. He does, like, physical art. So, like, if you're in, like, the game dev programming side, you'll probably never encounter him. But on the art side, he does a lot of the things. He did the animating, sculpture for animators class and stuff. He's really awesome. I will say I have had one experience with an absolutely terrible teacher. And, like, pretty much all my bad experiences were simply because, like, I couldn't pay attention in the class, or, like, I didn't like what was being taught, which is, like, not the teacher's fault. But this one teacher, and I will say his name because I think he still works there, although he did, like, I think he got, like, a month-long suspension. It's Adam Grzowski. And long story short, we had to file a Title IX claim against him for what he did in class, and it was bad.
Was it like super icky stuff or something like that?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And like it was a new drawing class, but he like went way out of line with a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
And it ended up that my final grade had to be determined by a different teacher because of the Title IX problems.
Mm.
But it got like I had to leave the class mid-class one time, and he threatened to fail me because of it. Because I was really upset over what he was saying in class. And yeah, it was bad. It was really, really bad.
That's not okay.
It is not. No. So if you're going to a school and your teacher is called Adam Grzowski and he's a figure artist teacher, rethink it. like seriously. And from what I've heard, I was not the first to report him for this kind of stuff. And it was not the first time that he'd gotten in trouble with a Title IX issue. Like, I don't know why he still has a job.
I'm thankful that I haven't had to deal with something to that degree, but I have had teachers in college that I just didn't like at all.
Yeah, and I think that's just a kind of like a universal experience. Like, not every teacher is going to teach in a style that your brain wants to learn.
I had this one math teacher who was just like absolutely terrible. She was very, very strict on notes that we were allowed to have the test. She'd look over every person's individual notes to make sure that they were up to her standards. She wouldn't let us write numbers on there. So...
What, you had to spell it out?
She wouldn't let us write numbers on our notes, and if we wrote out the word for a number, that was allowed either. And that sucked, because I cannot remember multiplication tables for 7s and 8s off the top of my head. So I kind of cheated and just wrote tiny little dots that I'd count out. But...
Just write it all in Japanese in kanji, and then you can't...
There's Production says you have no idea what the voice sounds like because some people say it's high, some people say it's deep. You never really
My voice...
Sorry.
Are you talking about my voice or his voice? I couldn't hear.
There's Production says he doesn't know what the voice sounds like.
Oh, okay.
I'm sorry. There's Productions, I'm sorry if that was the wrong pronoun. I'm sorry.
How dare you?
Oh. Okay, that's another thing that I really don't like about teachers. I hate it when teachers don't respect people's preferred pronouns. Or wait, that's not the right term. What's the right term for that?
No, that is the right term.
Okay. Yeah. I really don't like it when they're not respectful of pronouns or things like that, because, like, I had this one...
That's actually a fireable offense at Lane.
Mm-hmm.
So if you see that, you can report it, even if it's not happening to you.
This was at my first college. There was this one teacher who was just... There's this one student who identified as male, and the teacher kept calling them a girl, and you could just tell that this guy was just heartbroken every single time that happened. And he was like one of the nicest people in the world, but unfortunately he dropped out of that class because, like,
yeah.
Because...
That's pretty much just harassment.
Yeah. The thing about pronouns like that is that, like, I know I mentioned... we kind of talked about this previous stream, but with, like, real-world people, the thing about pronouns is that once you know more about it, it's like it becomes second nature. Because like if you really put the effort into it, it's not that hard to remember.
No, it isn't. Like, there's this person I know who identified as a girl when I was a kid.
Mm.
Me and them really did not get along. Like, they were really mean to me and bullied me. But now they identify as non-binary, and their pronouns are they and them. And I'm still gonna respect that, even though I don't respect them as a person. Like, it's like you wouldn't call, like, someone a boy even though they're a girl, even if they're cis, you know, to get back at them for something. So, like, why would you do that to somebody who's trans? That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
Like, you're not really achieving anything other than showing that you're prejudiced.
And it's like, it doesn't take that much effort to remember, so I don't get prejudice, prejudice behavior in general, but yeah. This is a very serious topic.
Yeah.
We usually discuss lighthearted stuff on the channel, but this is something that I do want to stress, because, like, really, it's not that hard to remember.
Trans rights are human rights, y'all.
So,
Trans women are women, and trans men are men, and non-binary and agender and all them are also valid. That's where I stand on that.
one of my favorite videos I see randomly on Twitter, it's Chrome's victory animation in Smash, but they dubbed over what Chrome actually says, and instead of whatever he says, it's all like trans rights.
That's great. Wait, you can't hear the other side of the conversation? You can't hear Gator? Oh no, has my stream not had Gator in it the entire time?
Wait, what?
Oh no.
Oh no.
It is. It's saying that there's nothing coming through the... So you guys can't hear the chill ukulele either. Oh gosh, this is embarrassing.
Oh no.
I'm not sure how to fix that. You might just have to go to Gator's stream.
What do you use for streaming?
XSplit. But normally it works.
There should be an option on there to, if your ukulele music's not playing either, then it's probably XSplit's probably not capturing your computer audio.
Yeah, but it says it is. That's weird.
Maybe turn it off and on again.
How about now?
Hello, people on Pie stream. This is me, Lady Gear to you.
This entire time you couldn't. Oh my gosh. Okay, well. That's weird. Because now it says it isn't working. Oh my goodness. I might have to restart the stream in a second.
People on my stream are calling me a ghost.
Yeah, I've just been talking to myself this whole time.
Who was it that said that on your stream?
Silverfire.
I wonder how long that's been going on, and they haven't said anything.
Well, I wasn't even checking the chat. Oh my goodness.
Hello, Silverfire.
This is so embarrassing. Okay, I'm restarting my software now. Because I had Photoshop open instead of like the stream.
Okay, I love this. I love this quote. These Productions in the chat says, instead of saying ladies and gentlemen, I want to say friends and enemies.
Okay, there, now it's working.
One phrase I like to use instead of ladies and gentlemen, I like to say distinguished guests, because I think that's a bit more formal sounding.
Yeah. I say guys, gals, and non-binary. Okay, now it says it's working.
Hello. Can you hear me,
That's so
people?
embarrassing.
The best part about this is that in my stream chat, it has a link to your first one.
Well, here, I'll put the link to the second one. I'll break your rule of no link. Okay, yay, now it's working. Okay, this is the reason. I'll show you guys why it wasn't working. Is because this is what I've had up instead of the stream chat. This is Loach that I've been trying to make transparent in Photoshop this whole time. That's it. That's the whole reason why I literally did not notice this, because I've been in Photoshop instead of on YouTube. Because I want to make this Loach transparent.
So now everybody can hear the voices in your head.
Please, no. There's too many of them. Okay.
We're playing Splatfest.
Very nice for the fishy. Well, I want to put it in black and white and make it into like a scientific type drawing, because I'm trying to storyboard out what I want my next tattoo to look like. It's a lot harder to do Photoshop without a touchscreen now.
I use a program called Fire Alpaca, and it has some of the same features as Photoshop. It's pretty useful, but it doesn't do a good job of, like, when you click on a spot that you want to remove, it doesn't do a good job of getting every pixel.
Yeah, I just use Photoshop because I have to have a subscription to Adobe for like most of my classes. Like, it's not mandatory, but it makes life a whole lot easier, especially since lockdown. And I also use it for lettering in my webcomic, which I could use in a different program, but it's easy in Photoshop.
Yeah.
I'm so worried to look over my stream now and just watch myself like talking to myself. I'm never gonna live this down. Like, I talk to myself on stream anyway, but like, I don't like leave gaps for someone else to be speaking.
So people on Pie stream, that last conversation, I don't remember anything else we said during the stream, so that last conversation, long story short, trans rights are awesome, so yay.
Yeah, that's what we were talking about. But you can at least hear my part of it. Oh, I'm gonna die of embarrassment.
That's one thing that kind of bothers me about streaming, is that if you have a mistake like that, everybody can see it.
You can just delete the stream. I'm not going to, but like, Well, have you noticed we haven't been in a 10 times battle at all?
Can you
That's
do that when you're
weird.
playing with friends?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if you can be in 100 times when you're playing with friends. But you can be in 10 times, and I've been in them with friends. But we were in... No, we weren't in one yesterday.
I won
But,
two.
Oh, go ahead.
I won 2 10 times battles in a row earlier, and it felt awesome.
That is pretty awesome. I think I've won 3. I was in 4 of them.
Hmm.
But I lost them. I posted 2 of the pictures to Twitter, and then I'm gonna post the one from today later.
Post them later. That's the first part of my name. Get back here, superstar scum! Owie!
My favorite thing to do on this level is just to get out of bounds, like, right next to spawn for absolutely no reason. Because it's really fun. They made it a lot harder to do it, but it is still possible.
Ah! I did it!
No, you can do better.
Oh.
Ta-da.
I died.
You can just super jump to me.
That's not the right spot.
Okay, that was the base.
We should probably go back and help those other people.
Oh my gosh! Okay, we deserve that.
Oh! No! I don't have enough fatal space to save that!
Oof.
Thank goodness.
Here, I'll save it. And then I'll post it on the Twitter later. My favorite thing to annoy people is to just put the before whatever you're saying. It's the YouTube, the Twitter, the TikTok.
Yeah. I do that sometimes too when I'm looking something up. I'll be like, let me look it up on the Google.
Yeah. It's like fake boomer speak.
During the Link to the Past playthrough on the collab channel, we named a Link Boomer.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, how did we win that?
I don't know. We were like in the danger area for like most of it because we were goofing around.
Like literally, how did we win that? We were just goofing off for like half of it. That was beautiful. By the way, I love the Octoling Girl's victory animation when she has the umbrella, because she like plays around with it like an electric guitar, and it's just so cute.
Yeah.
Also, I just noticed, the on my stream, I could see your video recording thingy. So let me see if I can fix it.
Oh, that's weird that Discord made it like that because earlier it wasn't like that. It just zoomed in on the right thing. My gosh. Space Dust was on Discord messaging me too about it, and I wasn't even paying attention because I've been in Photoshop this whole time. Oh my gosh, I'm terrible.
Yeah, I think there's much I could do about that while we're playing games.
You'll just have to put up with it.
We're professional streamers.
Yeah. Professional streamers. Your end has like the TV clipping and all the extra stuff showing my end doesn't even have half the audio. Oh dear.
That was a very smooth beginning of the match.
Yeah. Ow, somebody killed me.
Well, then kill them back.
No. An eye for an eye makes the whole world go blind. I say, like, half an hour after explaining how petty I am when people squid bang me.
So there's a okay, so that phrase, an eye for an eye makes the whole world blind. That reminds me of a quote that I wrote in my book. Like, at the time, I thought that it sounded cool, but whenever I read through it again, I am all like, oh god, did I actually write this crap? So, the main villain at the end, right before the final battle, is all like, you know the phrase, an eye for an eye makes the whole world blind? Well, I'm ready to lose my sight. Like, at the time, I thought it sounded cool, but it's so cheesy.
There we go, like the fishy satin.
That's a great way to sell a book, right?
Ow!
Rude. They splatted me, I didn't like that.
Wow. Now I'm not even paying attention. I'm trying to merge layers. Don't worry, we've got a minute left to win it. Die! How dare you? Okay, so what I need to do is...
Super jump!
Whee!
Not a very big super jump.
I can't quite put my finger on it, but I don't think we're going to win this one.
Oh really? What makes you think that? It's because I'm not paying attention. I'm too busy photoshopping a loach. But I can, like, kill half their team in the last 4 seconds.
Okay, I'm gonna try playing around with the layout real quick because it's bothering me that it's showing up like this.
Okay.
No, that's too much. Yeah, that didn't.
How do I just make it black and white?
Ah! It booed me out.
Oh, rude. I know there's a way to make things black, white, and Photoshop, I just can't remember how.
Okay, my right click on my mouse is not working.
Weird.
What's the keyboard shortcut for right click?
I don't know. Image adjustments. Oh, here we go. T-shirt. There we are. Black and white.
Okay, while you do that, I'm gonna try messing around with the layout a little bit more. Because this is really gonna bother me.
Oh, you put down a beacon? You know what I say to beacon? I say go away. I kill it.
That poor beacon.
Yeah, you better run.
Poor Beacon had so much to live for.
No, it didn't. He literally put it down, and I destroyed it right as the second it was put down.
And voila, the layout is fixed. Welcome. Thank you for listening to my TED Talk.
I think I'm starting to get sick of the royalty-free ukulele music. I've listened to this for 2 days.
That's your theme.
I don't know.
It's your theme song. Superfire in your chat says to look like you were talking to yourself, and she guessed that you were talking to me. And remember talking about voice acting classes in school, stuff about programming, gaming during the time. That didn't crop properly. Yeah, that's better. Alright, there we go. It wasn't lined up properly, so you can see the top of the layer behind your screen. And now I can slowly make everybody go away. Goodbye that line, goodbye that one, goodbye that one. Goodbye
Oh
that
boy.
one. Goodbye to that one. Goodbye to that one. And now it's all gone. Yours turned on right when your victory thing went back. Voila, it is back. I'm sorry, I'm easily amused.
Alright. No! Dang it, I didn't want to do that.
If you back out quickly, it won't penalize you.
Yeah, but I can't.
While I wait for you, I'm gonna go play with the rhythm game in the plaza.
Okay.
Ah! The drawing is so cute! It's the Mario 64 victory thing! Yeah, that's a fun song.
Bomb Rush Flash.
There it is. I was pressing the wrong button. You saw nothing, that was just practice. Someday I want to find the alternate box arts they made for the first game that they released for the Cali vs. Marie Splatfest.
You can just print them out,
I can do the what?
can't you? You just print them out. They were PDF files.
Oh. Okay, what's
You didn't know that?
I thought it was like some kind of long lost Club Nintendo award or something like that.
No, they were just PDF files you could print out. I can send you them if you want.
I'd have to get a printer first.
They were free. You could just download them from Nintendo's website.
I thought it was a Club Nintendo thing I didn't care about.
No. Otherwise, you'd be seeing them on eBay all the time.
I did do the My Nintendo award for the Octo Expansion box art, so that's something I don't want to print out too, because Octo Expansion is way too awesome not to have a box art for that.
Okay, I'm done messing with the fishy.
Fishy. Do you know the secret in the minigame to change the UI?
Isn't clicking in the buttons, the toggles? It's something like that, with plus and minus maybe.
During the minigame, if you move the right thumbstick, you could change it to something like...
Oh, that's what it is.
you could change it to something like this on screen. So I really like this because I have one for both Marina and Pearl. Like they did the DGA one. For...
Yeah. I knew it existed, I just couldn't remember how to get. But you have to have the Pearl and Marina amiibos to unlock that. You're not even pushing the buttons. I keep putting on my coat because I'm cold, and then 5 minutes later take off my coat because it's too warm in the house. It's that awkward temperature of like just slightly too cold but too warm.
Yeah. You know what I don't get?
What?
I've seen this a couple times. Like, I don't get those jackets that are like a crop top jacket. Like, isn't the point of a jacket to make your entire body warm, not just like half of you?
That's my opinion on vests. Like your body's warm, but your arm's gonna be cold. I have a new room open. I do like the crop top hoodies though. I unironically think they're really cool. Like they're super cute. I don't know if I'd ever wear one, but it is kind of a cute look.
Yeah, it is. It's just like it is a cute idea, but like half of you would be freezing.
I mean, not necessarily. What if you had like a shirt underneath?
That is a good point. I don't know that much about fashion. I usually just wear random things. What's the type of shirt that I wear? It's not.
My Reddit keeps saying that I have 5 unread messages, but I don't. It's annoying me. It's because I don't click on when it's like, you have 10 upvotes on this post. It's like, wow, that's so many. I'm getting a new waffle.
Pick Manipulator said, I think Gator's done with Splatfest. I don't know, we're still playing.
Yee.
Splatfest will never be over.
Okay, I'm making a room again. Oh no, you've got one, okay.
Silverfire says they like vests.
Well, yeah, that's how they're used. It's just, I think that they're kind of silly when they're like the down feather, like puffy vest. Like, what's the point anymore? Oh no, I need to get my piercing changed to something shorter. But also, the little ball in the end is loose. And I'm afraid it's gonna come out and then I'm gonna swallow it and then leave.
Do you keep those in when you're sleeping or no?
If you don't, then they close over. Most piercings that are not on your ear will close over in a day, or even less. If you take out a nose piercing, it can close over in an hour, even if you've had it for decades. Then you gotta get it re-pierced, and then it hurts more because it's already been pierced.
What does it feel
But I sleep in all my piercings.
What does it feel like to have a nose piercing and then sneeze?
I don't know, I don't have any nose piercings. I want to get my septum done next time I go in. Which is like the little nose ring that's in the middle.
Yeah. It looks cool on other people. I just wouldn't get one for myself because I don't like the idea of getting poked like that. Like, I don't mind getting like I don't mind getting like a shot with a needle or something like that. But
getting a vaccine hurts worse than getting a piercing.
Okay.
Because it goes in a different area of your body too. And also, a piercing needle is hollow. So it's really thin and really, really tiny. And a lot sharper than a vaccine needle. And surprisingly, the sharper something is, the less it hurts.
The big thing is, the big thing is, I'm not sure how I feel about the idea of something like that being in my body forever.
That's the thing about piercings. Everyone always says, oh, they're forever. They're really not. If you take it out, it'll close over and go away. Like, my mom, when she was my age, had piercings all the way up both her ears. And if you look at her now, and she's like in her 50s, you would never notice. Because they've completely healed over.
Like I said, it looks really cool on other people. It's just something I don't think I'd ever do myself.
Yeah, and that's understandable. A fun fact about piercings that a lot of people don't know is that they actually grow out over time. So even if you kept your jewelry in, eventually your piercings will go away. Like, eyebrow piercings will grow out, as well as, like, dermals, which is where it's, like, implanted in your skin rather than going in and then out somewhere else.
Yeah.
Lip piercings can grow out over time. Depends on how thin your lips are. But most like facial piercings, other than your nose, grow out over time. Even if you want them to be permanent, they're not. I really like piercings, so.
One piercing I'm not that big of a fan of. It's more so in terms of like character design. In the Tomb Raider series, Sora's never really had any piercings or anything like that, which makes sense because she's going out into jungles and exploring, so the last thing she'd want is to get like an infection or something like that. But in the reboot games, she has earrings, which are fine, but like, you do not want to have earrings when you're going out exploring like that, and especially when you're not in a dungeon, especially not when you're on an island where it's like freezing and things like that, and you're in a tank top after getting stabbed and things like that.
I don't know, I'd have to disagree with that one. I think the worst thing about that game is when she gets stabbed in the stomach and then walks through sewage and doesn't get an infection.
Yeah, that's also true.
That's unrealistic. But a healed lobe piercing, unless you have an allergy to the metal, will never get infected. Like, you can pull on them and like stick random stuff through them and it'll not get infected. And like a lot of people think that if like it's cold outside, then your jewelry gets cold and then your ear gets cold. But like it doesn't really noticeably do that. I mean, my ears are like solid metal at this point, and it's no different than before. But it, like certainly, like if it was a fresh piercing, like yeah, you wouldn't want to have that. And it also lowers your immune system right after you get a fresh one.
Yeah, I 100% agree. That's probably like one of my least favorite parts about that game is that like she spends about a week or so on that island. She gets stabbed in the stomach right at the very beginning of it, and she's able to do stuff like go across all those rivers and things like that.
Swimming, raising her arms above her head, running, bending over, the sit-up motion when she's laying down and then sits up. All of those motions would be excruciating pain to near impossible. And additionally, she never cleans it out, and she doesn't keep it clean. She keeps the same dirty bandage on it the entire time. She should have died of septic shock within about 3 days.
There is one point where she kind of burns an arrow and closes the wound by stabbing it again off screen. But
again, that's so bad because now she's closed all the infection inside of it and created an abscess.
Yeah, it's like...
That's so bad.
It drives me crazy because they went out of their way to try and make it as realistic as possible, which is why she doesn't have any interesting outfits anymore. Because they were like, oh, you're not going to wear shorts when you're out exploring. You're in a jungle. It's hot.
Yeah.
You're not gonna wear like super long pants or anything like that when you're out in the jungle.
Yeah. Well, and it's not just that she gets stabbed. Like, it goes in one side and out the other. Like, she's thoroughly impaled on this dull piece of material. Which is a scene similar to this in Full Metal Alchemist, which is significantly better for how that would actually happen in real life. And he almost dies from it, which makes sense.
Oh, so a friend of mine, Gurkabus Gaming, we made a video on that game. Like, we did a versus of it on the collab channel. So whenever we saw at the very beginning of the series, we called Laura a waifu kebab after she got stabbed.
Here, I'll play this. I'll pause the ukulele music. I'll play this scene. This is funny. It's a joke because there's supposed to be yelling in it, but instead it's just the Roblox sound. But here, you guys can watch this. I'll probably get demonetized, but I don't care because this is a realistic reaction to this happening.
Real quick, is this bloody or anything like that? Because I have problems watching bloody things.
It's anime. If you think you might not want to watch it, then don't watch it.
Okay.
But yeah, he almost dies from this, and it makes a lot more sense. Anyway, back to ukulele music.
You're still playing that ukulele song?
I am. I've actually had to restart the YouTube video because it hit the 10 hours.
It's 10 hours and you had to restart it.
I've had to restart it like twice.
I like that comment on your stream. Silverfire is all like, I want her immune system, then be able to walk through the sewage with a stabbed stomach.
I know, right? And the pain tolerance, like, She should not be moving. She should be, 1, blacked out for a few hours. 2, when she wakes up utterly exhausted, going into anemic shock from lack of blood. Now when she pulls it out, she should, again, black out when she pulls it out. Then, because it's gone, she's going to bleed to death very quickly. But let's say she didn't. Now she's walking through raw sewage. She's getting the worst type of bacteria in a fresh wound that goes directly to your vital organ and like your thoracic cavity, which you never want to have anything bad in there at all, like ever. It's the worst type of infection in your thoracic cavity. And then she seals it over so all that nasty is inside. Like it.
Not only that, but
she should have died like 20 times from that wound alone.
On top of that, later in the game, she's also walking through another pool that's like completely filled with blood and things like that. And even if you did seal it over, that's still going to not do good things to a wound like that.
I know. 3 says play 10 hours of royalty-free piano music. Well, how about this? Royalty-free music, uplifting corporate. Background positive, upbeat, motivational, happy, real estate. We'll play this.
"10 hours of royalty-free piano music."
Wait, I've heard this song in like every single commercial.
Server Fire says, "I'm using this for writing purposes."
Understandable.
Alright, so, like, we criticize that part, but there's also a moment, in, like, a story we're working on where a character gets a similar wound, but the difference there is that Lara Croft is just a regular person. This person in the story we're working on is, like, not a regular person, so she'll probably be okay. Lara Croft should be dead in, like, 10 seconds.
Dramatic apocalyptic music. Copyright and royalty free. Okay, let's listen to that then. It's got closed captions for some reason. I'm not sure why.
Buy ukulele music.
Oh no, that's been gone for a few minutes. We've been playing upbeat corporate music.
Yeah, you should play like ukulele music, like from that game Ukulele.
But that's not copyright free, and YouTube will get angry at me.
So, like, there's this thing I do on streams, not like this one, where during intermissions I'll play funny clips from previous Let's Plays. And one of those clips is from Breath of the Wild, where it's showing Paya, and she's like imagining Link shirtless while the song plays. It goes something along the lines of, "I was thinking about boys," like that one. So, like, the regular video didn't really have a lot of problems, but the stream that had the clip of that is now blocked in like a couple countries.
I got a stream blocked. I got an email from YouTube that my stream had been blocked in certain countries. And I open it up. It's blocked in Iraq and North Korea and Cuba. Like, I don't think anybody there was watching my videos to begin with.
Isn't North Korea like super strict about who could be online at all? Like,
like nobody can be online.
Like, not to get into super serious topics or anything like that, but I'm pretty sure it's only like government officials and some school people who are allowed online in North Korea.
Yeah. Although the sneaker net is pretty, from what I've heard, it's pretty widespread there. Which sneaker net is where you mail a USB or a different type of hardware that contains information back and forth between different people. And there's like a SneakerNet USB group that does books, because then it's just a USB and you can just plug it in, and if you delete everything on it, then nobody can ever prove what was on it.
Yeah.
Which I think is pretty epic.
Like we're talking about.
Silverfire says no more ukulele. Come on, you guys don't like it? You don't like my 10 hours of ukulele? It's like the song that every single YouTuber uses too.
I feel like that might end up turning into like the new Rickroll. Never gonna give you up, never gonna let you down, never gonna run.
Here's cinematic trailer royalty-free music. Let's see what this one sounds like. Oh, the subtitles just say dramatic music.
It's very fitting considering how dramatic the losing animation is for the Octogenarian girl when she has a slosher. I just love most of these animations because, like, the poor thing looks so devastated.
Night pick manipulator.
Bye.
10 hours of royalty-free aggressive flute. 10-hour Gandalf saxophone. I feel like that one is also, like, probably you can't use it.
You can play the trailer music from the Infinity War trailers over and over again.
Okay, what if we do royalty-free aggressive flute? Does this exist? Oh my gosh, it actually exists. Aggressive trap beat flute. This isn't a flute, this is a piano. I think you're getting your instruments mixed.
It's all the same.
No, there's been no flute so far.
Okay, I love this person's username. Their name is Jazzy Jazz.
This has no flute in it. Okay. Royalty-free sea shanty. I want the kind that has... There we go. Okay, this is what we're listening to now. You guys can't stop me.
You truly are a chaotic child.
Yeah. This is what I just listen to for fun, so...
If you listen to my music, then it'd probably get taken down. Because I've been listening to like the same 5 songs on repeat all day.
I listen to weird, like, country, but not like the cowboy country. Like, something you think a fairy would be playing in the woods at 2 in the morning. And I listen to sea shanties and Hosier. And that's pretty much it.
I'll avenge you.
Silverfire said, this reminds me of Auto Machine. And then she said, now this doesn't remind me of Audio Machine.
Owie! You know, we could also just sing songs. I'm sure people would love listening to that.
No, we're listening to sea shanties. I'm the driver, so I get to pick the music.
Alright. Yes, sir. I mean, can't really argue against that because I don't drive.
A bit of. pirate lore for you is when they say put him in the bed with the captain's daughter, they don't mean like the actual captain's daughter. That's what the sailors would call the cat o' nine tails, which was a type of a whip. So that's what they mean by that. They mean they just want to, they're gonna punish him for being drunk.
I feel Steve's coming along. I apologize in advance. I can't stop it.
There's this group of sea shanty singers that play Sea of Seas, and they just sing the whole time. It's amazing. I want to play that game so bad.
Which one? Sorry.
Sea of Seas.
Yeah.
It looks so fun.
Do you know the development history of that one?
The what?
Do you know the development history of that game?
A bit of it, yeah.
So that game was made by Rare, and the really cool thing is that it kind of realizes an idea they've had for a really, really long time. Sea of Thieves was what Banjo-Kazooie was originally going to be. It was going to be like a pirate adventure game for the SNES. So it was a 2D platformer. It was going to expand on the graphical art style of Donkey Kong Country. But the SNES was going to be discontinued, so they moved it to the Nintendo 64. But the memory limitations made it impossible for them to realize what they wanted to do at the time. But they figured they could do a platformer instead, and that became Banjo-Kazooie.
That's cool. I just want to be a pirate and do pirate things and play instruments drunkenly and then shoot myself out of cannon. I think that'd be really fun. But like all of my budget for like non-essentials goes to fish right now because I've been setting up a new tank, so I don't have any budget for video games.
Fishy.
Although my brother owes me like some money, maybe I can convince him to just gift this to me on Steam. I'll go out to Taco Bell at like 2 in the morning and I'll text him, hey, you want anything? And then he just has a tab built up for what he owes.
Talking about pirates made me think of this funny thing. So I sung a pirate song for a theater final once.
Very nice. Three says, yes, pirate time!
Yeah, the song comes from this movie from the 80s called The Pirate Movie. It's like this really, really cheesy pirate-themed story that's meant to be like a parody. It's like a parody of Pirates of Pennants, but it has like a Monty Python feel to it.
That's cool.
So there's a song the captain sings at the beginning where he's all like, I am the Pirate King, and it is a glorious thing to be the Pirate King. Like if
I like the... Oh, go ahead.
Like if I tried, I probably could like sing the entire thing right now.
I like the bit in Pirates of the Caribbean where Elizabeth Swann becomes the Pirate King.
Gasp. You watched a Disney movie. Who are you? What have you done with Pie?
Okay, I have watched a few. But, like... whatever. I like Pirate. Which, is it really any surprise? I mean, I already admitted to having watched The Mandalorian without ever getting Disney Plus, so...
So, in one way, you are kind of a pirate.
Ooh, woo.
Oh, that reminds me. So, earlier the Otaku artist was streaming Okami, and I don't know where this started, but apparently in her streaming group, there's like a meme where it's like something along the lines of Genocide Ulu. She was also having a really hard time pronouncing Japanese words, and it just made me laugh so much because, like,
Yeah.
her username is the Otaku artist, so you'd think she'd know Japanese pronunciations. Although, well, she was trying. That was an important thing, but still, it was really funny.
It's really difficult because you'd think that they're the same as English, but like the way they pronounce things, but it's like just slightly off. Like a Japanese R sound. Like if you say ramen, you're saying it wrong, technically.
Yeah.
It's ramen. You put your tongue where you say a D, but then say an L. That's a Japanese R.
Ramen, like that.
Ramen.
Ramen. Yeah. The easiest thing.
Yeah.
The easy thing about Japanese pronunciation, though, is that it's a lot more consistent than English because the actual sound doesn't change per word.
For most words, yeah.
And once you know what each kanji means, it's also easy to break it down because, like for example, like the word omaterasu, that's easy to break down because it's basically like enunciating every individual syllable or something like that.
Yeah, you say each syllable equally pronounced for the majority of words that stem from Japanese. Foreign words are different. Which makes a very fun joke because you can say Nihongo wa furatto desu, which means Japanese is flat, like in how it's pronounced. But the word flat in English is pronounced flat. It's the same intonation all the way across.
Yeah.
But in Japanese, it's furatto. So it goes up in the middle. And because of that, that word is no longer flat. So it's a bit of an oxymoron.
What you call me?
Yeah, I think that's funny. Another thing is that the vowels never change their sound. So you have a, e, u, e, o, no matter what.
My favorite Japanese word is ichiman, which I believe is the word for 10,000. It's just funny to look at because it looks like itchy man.
Ichiban.
I also like that kanji that looks like a smiley face.
Oh, the katakana, you mean?
Yeah, that one. Sorry.
There's actually two of them. There's Tsu and what's the other one? I think it's Chi. Or Shi. Yeah, Chi. And it depends on which direction the smiley face is. The little. It depends on which direction we're pointing. So it could be. I'll put it there in the chat. The first one is Shi, and the second one is Tsu. Well, those are katakana, so you only use them when you're referring to words that are from a different language originally. The Shi and Tsu in regular Japanese are these two. In regular hiragana. Kanji are more complicated. You can have a kanji that's pronounced Shi or kanji that's pronounced Tsu, but they will. But the kanji, the way it looks, depends on what the word means.
I really want to learn Japanese someday.
You can do it, Monk.
Teach me, Professor Pie.
Okay, that's one of my favorite things about Japanese. So, the word for child is kodomo. and it's a combination of the kanji ko and domo.
Yeah.
The ko part of that, the kanji itself means child or infant, and it's that kanji is inside of like a little roof, and then that's the kanji for it's ko, as in gakko, which is a school. It's a little child inside of a room. But also, cat is neko, but to say a kitten is koneko with the kanji for child before neko. So it's child cat, and it's the same with every animal pretty much. An inu is a ko inu, and that's a puppy.
That's cute.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite things. And like with school-related words, like you can actually jump from one word to another fairly easily. Like a school is gakko, a student is gakusei, a teacher is sensei, and a upperclassman is a senpai. So it jumps from, and the kanji are similar throughout all of them. So you can tell if it's a school-related word because of that.
Something I was gonna say to add to that, but I forgot. One thing I like in Tokyo Mirage Sessions, it's a very, very Japanese game. There's a character named Tsubasa, and I believe her name is Japanese for wings.
Tsubasa? Possibly, yeah.
Which is this fun fact, that's actually one of the very first Fire Emblem games to have an LGBT character.
Oh, nice. Well, a canon LGBT character. Anyone's LGBT if you're brave enough.
Yeah, there's a character in a side quest. It starts off because there's a character with a profile named Tiki equals waifu, and you're trying to find them. They don't show the person until the end of the side quest, and then it shows this lady. And I absolutely love this quote. So, Itsuki is confused because the person's a lady, and the username is Tiki equals waifu. So she's all like, my love transcends gender and dimensions.
Aww.
She only appears in like 3 points in the entire game, but she's easily one of the best characters.
There's a transgender character in Pokemon Sun and Moon,
Ooh.
but only in Japan. Well, sort of in English, but it's a lot harder to tell. There's this one woman, she, what was her exact quote? She's one of the beauties, like the trainer class beauty. Which they're all women, yeah. But there was one character. Where is it? One second. It's Beauty Nova. And in English, she says, a mere half year ago, I was a black belt, which is quite the transformation, wouldn't you say? Which you don't notice very much, but black belt is a separate class of trainer who are all male. And in Japanese, she says, a half year ago, I was the Karate King. The power of medical science is amazing, isn't it? And the Karate King is the Japanese name for that class of character, the black belts. So she's the first canonically trans character in Pokemon.
kind of wish they went a little bit further and made it like a main character rather
Yeah.
than a side character.
Oh yeah, definitely. But it's a start.
Yeah.
And it's subtle enough that, like, parents won't freak out over it. Like, most people will play it and not even notice that.
Hey, who
And it
cares?
just kind of, like, normalizes it.
Hey, who cares what the parents think?
This is true, but also, if a game doesn't sell well because of something like that, then they're not going to do it again.
In Paper Mario 1000 Year Door, there's a character named Verity. She's cis in international versions, but she's
In English, yeah.
Yeah, she's transgender.
I knew that. Yeah. I knew about her. There's a lot of Animal Crossing characters that are female in the English version, but male or genderless in the Japanese version. Like, Gracie Grace is a guy in Japanese.
I wish they kept that.
And Blanca doesn't have a gender in the Japanese version, but in English is a girl. Which is weird, but whatever.
Sorry for being quiet, I'm just listening to the song.
Oh, are you listening to my stream?
I'm just listening to the music, the game music, because I have the audio.
Oh, game music. I see. Is it the same Splatfest song as normal?
I wasn't.
Is it the same Splatfest song as normal?
Sort of. There's like two that plays during Splatfest. There's Ebb and Flow and something else.
But I mean, that's not like a new song for this Splatfest.
Oh yeah, it's the same one. They haven't done any new ones yet.
Okay. Because I don't have any sound when I'm playing on stream at all. Because of the monitor that I use has no sound capabilities. Green Bean's swimming around the tank, he's so happy.
It's a cute little fishy.
He's not exactly little. He's as long as my arm. He's a big boy.
We lost.
Thing.
How much longer until the stage rotation? I'm gonna check that real quick.
9 minutes. We lost and they had a level 5 on their team. Heaven's sakes. Night, Threeves.
Bye. Thank you for coming. You say you get some sleep? Never.
Wait, okay. The last level we had, there was somebody called She Loves Me Not. This one we have one, and it was on the other team. This one we have one called She Loves Me, but they're on our team. What?
She loves
How?
me.
Oh no, I looked at my stream. They were on our team last time too. Okay. It was just that I was looking at the wrong spot for where the team were. I was gonna say that would have been crazy.
Alright, we can do this. We can conquer the world. So I was wondering if later you after we're sick of turf work. You want to play a little bit of Salmon Run?
A little bit of what?
Salmon Run?
I've already gotten all the super bonuses from it.
Alright.
I wish that if there was a new rotation for it, then I would, but otherwise, no, because I don't get any bonuses at all from it.
Yeah, I'm kind of. I was playing Salmon Run earlier, and it is fun, but I lost my professional rank, and I was kind of hoping to get that back, but I could do that off stream.
Well, if you're playing with friends, you can't rank up.
I thought you could if you weren't the highest rank.
Yeah, but it's never guaranteed that you're not the highest rank. Because if there's a random person in the lobby who has a higher rank than you, because it counts as still playing with friends, you won't rank up.
Alright. My sister is like completely obsessed with the Salmon Run. Like whenever I tell her that it's open, she like usually rushes straight towards it.
If you still wanna do the get past that level on the game later tonight, I'm down for that.
Alright, I can do that.
That's cool.
One of my ultimate dreams as a YouTuber is to one day let's play my own game.
I don't think I've ever posted myself playing it, but a couple of my friends have posted Let's Play videos on it.
Yeah, if you send me a link to their videos, I can check it out and stuff.
Yeah, I'll have to find it again because it was like a couple of years ago now.
We lost.
Yeah. Yeah, this song is on my playlist. A lot of these are on it. This is just a playlist that's only sea shanties. Which are all technically public domain, so.
I like how Silverfire recognizes it's your random weird playlist.
So I play it all the time.
Yeah, if you hear growling, I apologize. I haven't eaten a lot today.
Yeah, I'm hungry too.
Might be a good idea to go on intermission after this round to go get food.
Yeah. Well, actually, what I was thinking is after we were done with this, I was gonna get food, and then we could do the other thing.
Mm-hmm.
If you want.
I kind of also want to keep playing Splatoon. No, but if you're feeling tired and want to wrap up the stream, then yeah, we can change after the rotation.
Okay.
Alright, this will probably be the last one of the rotation, so let's fail miserably.
No.
This is like one of my favorite Splatoon songs ever.
I like one of the songs by the Chirpy Chips, ABX5. I like that song a lot, and I like Bomber Flush.
Yeah.
Specifically the DJ Octavio remix. That one is so good. I can just listen to it on repeat. It's really, really good.
Yeah, that one's pretty great, and Kelly looks hot during it. I mean,
Well, it's just like the sound is really nice.
can you imagine what it would have been like to try and do that for Tide Goes Out if Maria lost and she got captured at the end?
He's super slow.
That probably wouldn't work for a final boss.
No, they probably would have done a different song there.
Hmm.
Because Tide Goes Out is so calm and gentle. Not at all like Bomb Rush Flush.
That's the thing I love.
It's more like a credits song rather than a.
That's the thing that I love about those two songs is that they capture their personalities perfectly. Because Bomber's Blush is so energetic, and Tide Goes Out is so calming and soothing.
Mm-hmm.
But with that being said, I think Into the Light might be my. I think that and Ebb and Flow are like my absolute favorites in the series.
Okay. See, this is what I mean by super jump. You super jump to me and I just walk away.
You betrayed me.
Well, I can't help it. I gotta get the ink on the ground.
You betrayed me. I trusted you.
Well, that was all your fault. That was mistake number one, trusting me.
Owie! You're not allowed to splat me. I'm only allowed to splat you. It's only fair. Yay, we lose!
Great.
On the bright side, we were the top 2 players on the team. Alrighty then, so, because, just like that, the multiplayer maps are updating, so, we're going to be going on break for a couple minutes. While we do that, we're going to get food, and then we'll set up Pie's game, so that's going to be pretty fun.
Yep.
Alright, and we'll be back in a moment.
Yep. I'm gonna go down to Taco Bell. See ya.
Alright, so now we're taking care of all that. Thank you all so much for watching today's 12 Days of Gaming video. Next time, I guess we're playing again.
Yeah, I did that. Gator, I want a rematch!
Alright, bring it on!
Oh, we're doing a rematch.
Come back here and be my friend, a platform. We'll make cupcakes together. I won't even poison them.
What kind of cupcakes?
Poison.
Nah, I think you should make chocolate with egg white frosting.
And then we'll poison it.
Yes, and then we'll poison it.
Do you like poisoned cupcakes?
I'm not particularly fond of them.
Why not?
They're poison.
But that's what makes it yummy. It's to die for.
Alright, but before we end the video, I have something very special I want to say real quick.
Oh god.
Cue the music.
Wait, what?
We are Inklings, you'll
Oh.
never see us on
Oh
Steam.
my
We
god.
say Wooby and we like to
Oh my
eat ice
god.
cream. There's no humans
Oh
to
my
interrupt our
God.
games. And you know, I am here with James.
You're not gonna do this in every video, are you?
Yep.
Oh my god.
Thank you for watching. Good night, everybody.
Kill me now!
And as we end of this video, I have something very important I have to say. Oh my god, Talking Process is coming to Switch, I'm so excited, it's gonna be super amazing, everybody, forever, and I'm super excited, it's gonna be coming to Switch, and so soon, oh my god, I'm so excited, yes! Bye everybody.
I am a Stegosaurus!
Dude, for the last time, you are not a Stegosaurus. Okay, fine, you're a Stegosaurus, you don't have to be so mean to me. I would sing, but you get after me every single time that I do it.
And you
so I'm
already
not gonna
sang
do it.
Macho Man once in this recording session. Be original for once. I mean, that's a big old thing to try to wish upon you, Mr. Not Original Man.
When you
Oh my
will
Jesus
the
f***ing Christ. Oh my god! Stop ruining Disney songs, you freak!
into the unknown.
Oh my freaking god! Stop!
Alrighty then, we are back with kind of the stream. So, Pie's still away, so
I just put in my headphones as soon as you said that.
go back and try to get my professional rank back in Splatoon 2 while we wait for Pie. So that's gonna be fun.
Can you hear me? Hello? Hello?
Oh.
Can you hear me?
Right after I said that, it looks like Pie's back.
No, literally right as you started saying that, I put in my headphones.
Hello?
Hello?
Hi. I had my headphones out.
Yeah, as soon as you started talking, I had just put in my earbuds.
Alright, bye Splatoon.
Yeah. Well, I'm not going to be streaming anymore, but I will watch you stream.
Oh, that might be a problem.
Why?
Your game is really, really loud, so it might drown out your voice.
Oh, here, 1 second. Look at, can you see my screen?
Yep.
Okay, if you right click on this and open volume mixer, you can individually adjust all of these.
Yeah.
So just turn my game's volume way down and then that'll fix that.
So right click on the sound.
Yeah, right click on the volume thing and then do open volume mixer. And if that doesn't open it, then if you go to your control panel and search for volume mixer, then you can find it. And then
Alright, I muted the computer audio, so the stream probably can't hear you for a moment, but I'll turn it back on once it's all done. I can change the volume! I'm invincible!
okay.
Alright, so welcome to NMSF's Brick Breakers. Probably not the game that you're expecting when you look at the stream title.
If it still says Splatoon.
Yeah, I did change it.
Oh dear.
Alright, so for those of you who don't know, GamingWithPie actually works on a webcomic, so this is kind of like a fun little side game to that you made for a class final, right?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so would you like to explain the story of this game to the lovely people at home?
So, The Adventures of Hannah and Miss Effie is a science fiction webcomic loosely based around the ideas of Star Wars and Doctor Who and other similar pop culture. The idea for it originated when me and my best friend were kids. We were like 10 years old playing with Legos when we made up most of these characters. And then over the years, we've just kind of always written stories for them. And then one day we were like, hey, we could make this into a comic. So we did. And this game is a spin-off, individual standing story set in the same universe as the rest of the comic. So even if you haven't read the comic, it'll make sense as a standalone thing because it doesn't really reference anything else. And then the main characters are Hannah, who is an alien who just looks human, Miss Effie, who is an autistic Native American girl from Earth. She's 17 years old. And then Ingi, who is Miss Effie's semi-adoptive daughter, who, long story short, her planet blew up. So they all live on this like crazy spaceship where anything can happen, similar to the TARDIS from Doctor Who. And that's where this story takes place.
So, unfortunately, I haven't had a chance to really get too far into the webcomic, but I gotta say, I absolutely love the characters. They're just so fun.
Thank you. And Hannah is based off of my friend, who's the author for it, and then Miss Effie is loosely based off of myself originally, so.
This game does not pause or save. If you close out it, it will start over. Click to continue. Pie. Heart emoji. Oh, what is all that ruckus? Where does it come from? Remember these old Brick Breaker games? Well, I made a real life one.
So that's Miss Effie with the brown hair, and that's Hannah with the eye patch.
The kitchen was a necessary sacrifice. Only I think I was set the respawn too high and there's far too many of the levels left. So, when will the kitchen be back? Just as soon as all the levels are passed. Well then let's get this over with. I like this detail that Miss Effie is getting hurt.
She always have their hair tied back.
Alright, so like I said earlier in the stream, I couldn't finish this because I'll explain in a moment. It kept getting stuck on a corner over here. Yeah, this is like the second college final programming thing that I've shown on stream because I also showed my Blue Man Adventure game during the Expecting stream once.
Green Cobra says that they can hardly hear you.
That is problematic. I'm not sure what to do because I'm speaking as loud as I can and on my.
If you go back to the volume mixer and turn yourself up, then it'll make you louder than everything else. And the fun thing about my game is there's no lose condition set. The ball bounces on the bottom of the screen the same as the walls.
Is that better? If that doesn't help much, then there's really nothing I can do. If you wanted to make a lose condition, you could set another collision thingy down here that when the ball touches that, it ends the level.
Yeah, but I also didn't want to have to code like any sort of like save feature or anything, and I didn't want people to have to start from the beginning. So it was just a lot easier to just make the ball bounce on the bottom. So if you push tab, I believe it is, you can just skip the level.
Hey, stop cheating.
Wait, was it tab or was it enter? I forget, because one of... Yeah, okay, it's enter. It's enter. You have to restart.
Yeah, like, I accidentally found that yesterday, and I know I messaged you about it. Like, this suddenly appeared.
Yeah, so during the class, everybody knew that there was a button to skip it, to skip levels, so I put that in there to replace the button, but I actually secretly put in a different button to skip things because I'm lazy.
If I could find it again, I could also show the game that I made. I don't remember it is on my computer, though. So
Yeah, this was on an old laptop, like 2 laptops ago by now. I don't actually have the original files for this, and it was made in the full version of GameMaker, so I can't open the files without paying for a GameMaker subscription.
I mean...
Because there's too many items and stuff for the free version.
I mean, if you still have, like, the art assets or things like that, I could remake this.
No, those are also on the computer.
Oh, alright.
I think if you push enter, though, it might go to the next.
See, it's not too hard. Oh, at least it isn't Space Invaders. Hey, you can't say that, it's copyrighted.
That was a joke with the teacher because we had to make a Space Invaders game during it. And I'm so bad at Space Invaders, so to playtest it, I just filled the entire screen with enemies, so it was guaranteed I'd hit one with every shot. And he walked over and was like, "Why do you have so many enemies?" I'm like, "I'm bad at Space Invaders."
Oh, this is cool.
So the way the cutscenes work is simply that it's the background of the room is that object, and then there's an invisible, it's the cutscene, and then there's an invisible object overlaying the entire screen, which is coded as when clicked, go to next room. That's literally how it works. It's it. The click to continue is just an animated sprite with no collision.
Yeah, the idea that I was working on with how cutscenes were going to work on a certain thing we don't discuss here. We say that, but we talk about that a lot.
That we discuss all the time.
Oh, yeah. What was that thing you said on that stream the other day when Silver and I were calling you out about secrets?
I'm good at keeping secrets. I just talk about them a lot.
But the idea that I had for how cutscenes was going to work was I'd edit it through HitFilm and then render it frame by frame, and then turn those frames into a sprite that would appear on screen.
I see. Cool. So at any point, during any room actually, even the ones that are just cutscenes, if you hit enter, it just goes to the next room. Because for playtesting, I would just spam enter until I got to the area that I needed to test.
But I just kind of like watching them bounce back and forth. It's kind of therapeutic in a way.
It's like the Windows screensaver. Or the DVD screensaver.
Oh, dude, I watch that all the time.
Me too. Like, we'd go on long car drives to my grandma's house because she used to live 8 hours away. And I would just watch that the entire time.
It always drove me crazy when they had those that looked like it was going right in the corner, but then it bounces off the wall.
Yes!
Hannah? Yeah? Some of your blocks are really crooked. Oh, I know. Are you gonna fix that? Nope.
Yeah, because the teacher said that there was a way to make them straight, and I'm like, nah. I don't care if they're not straight.
I love their expressions, like, especially Hannah's right here.
I had so much fun making this.
That was a really fun class.
But see, then this one, they're all straight. They're all exactly perfectly straight and all the same color. That's the irony of it. Nobody ever notices that they're perfect in this level alone.
You know, the funny thing is, I believe during the beginning of that term, they still had the free trial version of GameMaker, that limited how many sprites and rooms you can have. They lifted that limitation at the end of the term, but they also kind of got rid of the free version. So it's like everybody's finals just kind of like did away with any limitations that we had.
Well, my final actually had to pay for the full version of Game Maker because I ran out of sprites. At this point in the game, I had already run out of sprites. And you'll see as you keep playing, there's a lot of sprites. I made about 200 art assets for this game. Every single thing you see in this, I created for it. Except the music. Thomas made that.
Yeah, I think he mentioned that. Didn't he say that one of the songs in here was like one of his favorites that he's made?
I don't know if it's the one that's in this one or like the general webcomic thing. There is a different song that he's made earlier that was just a general thing.
But you said that you made like 200 sprites for this. That kind of makes... It kind of reminds me of the fact that for the game that I made for that final, all I did was for the character sprites, like I'm garbage at drawing, so all I did for the hero was made a blue square and made different colored squares for things you can interact with. Next level is the boss. Good luck! I'm sure I can handle it. That is a giant square.
I love the boss level. You can't hit it. Okay, I've never had that problem before. the boss only has 1 health. It's literally the same sprite as everything else, just scaled giant. But it looks like you'd have to hit it a whole bunch of times, and you don't. You only have to hit it once. Okay, this level is probably best skipped because I could never get all the things to be hit. And you can still see what's under it. Missing. If you skip.
Before I skip it, there's something I want to point out. So, like, I'm sorry you like this way too, but I get easily amused by the silliest things. So one thing I got amused by was trying to bounce the ball underneath the bar and try to keep it like
Oh yeah, that's so much fun. And then it just gets stuck under there.
And skip. Oh hey, look, it's the artist's first drawing of you. You just want to see the world burn, don't you? Anyways, it seems there is something under the bricks on the next level too. Joy.
That drawing is from like 2010 or 2011, somewhere in there. Again, these blocks only have 1 health. I just didn't want a whole bunch of little blocks anymore.
Thank goodness, I thought I'd be trapped under there forever. Oh, that's right. That's where you were. I thought you were being awfully quiet.
That's Ingy.
I thought I told you to stop using Ingy in your experiments.
Ingy is 10 years old during this game.
Could you please stop breaking the 4th wall and help me get the kitchen back? I'm starving. I'm starving. I'm
The whole comic is like this, by the way. The webcomic on the site. It's just constant dumb jokes.
Alright, so, it's a bit too late to do this now, but when the VOD is finished uploading, I'll have a link to your webcomic in the description so people can try this game.
I'll just break your rules again and put it in the comments. I like breaking rules. What of it?
Yeah, I did it.
Yay! It's not impossible to beat every level, like, without skipping them. It just, some of them take a long time. This one is my favorite just because of the aesthetic.
Yeah, it's a nice color contrast.
Yeah, unlike the previous one, which had eye-bleeding blue.
It's like Happy Happiest from Earthbound. Blue, blue. Is there anything in the stream chat?
Green Cobra says, remember the game I created? I used Android Studio to make it, but not a game maker. And I also say Galaga's the best Space Invaders. I like playing Space Invaders, I'm just really, really bad at it.
Yeah, he sent me a game he made in class too a long time ago. Sadly, it's on an old computer that broke, so I don't have a copy of it anymore, and I'm so sad because I never got to make a video on it. Yeah, it was like this really fun video where you move a square around an area and try to gather as many points as possible. It was really fun. So I think if you wanted to make another game similar to this and you wanted to control which way the ball is going without doing RNG or anything like that, one system you could do is have different collisions on each side of the bar, and if the ball hits that part of the bar, then it will bounce left and then the other way for the other side of the bar.
Oh, maybe. That might work. I think if I have to make another game for them, I want to do like a low poly 3D game because I actually have low poly models of a lot of the characters as well as some of like the more alien characters because I make them just for fun. But I have no experience in making that kind of a game at all.
Yeah. What's going on? Oh, that's not good. I spilled my drink on the game. This is
The game's just literally a disc. How did I do it? It's a the moving is a looping GIF that I did by making my canvas bigger than the image and then moving the image around on the transparent canvas and then exporting each little bit and then adding it all to a GIF and then making that looping GIF the background. So the game isn't actually moving anything, it's just a GIF.
That is really, really cool.
Same with all the glitch stuff. The game is not moving anything though, they're just GIFs. And I made those in Photoshop. Okay, I did not make that. That is the only thing in the whole game I did not make. Other than the music. I didn't remember that was it. And this background.
How do I make it go?
You push A. See, it says push A. I did create that graphic.
Change it back! That's where I know how to. I don't want to be in a dating. I can't even move. The poor artist has to redraw us for every time we speak. I'm pretty sure they're just copy pasting the images. Don't worry. Hey, look! I think the game is changing again.
I don't know if you heard it, but there is like a little scream that she does. That's me. I recorded that in the garage at like 3 in the morning. The neighbors probably freaked out, but whatever.
It's a farming sim. Try placing the barn on the plot of land while the right-click the mouse.
See, that's when you push B.
Good job now, painted blue.
Also, the A and the B are the same color that they would be on the Nintendo 64 controller.
Dude, this is
This bit,
clever.
I think is really funny because you're not actually placing anything. You're just clicking to move to the next room like you normally do, and the background is what's changing. And all it is for the movement is just a floating sprite with no collision that follows the mouse. That's it. It looks way more complicated than it is.
Dude, you made
This
a
bit took the
platformer in
longest to
Game
code.
Maker.
This bit took the longest. Out of anything, this bit took the longest.
I don't know if you remember how hard it is, but making a platformer in Game Maker drag and drop is really, really hard.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so the reason why your rainbow is, again, I didn't want to code a die condition, so you're invincible against everything, also you can't get those three. They just stay there. And again, they're just sized up. They have the same hitbox.
Oh, look, can I keep him? Let's see why. This is so cute. Those are back. Don't count how long. Seems our princess is in another castle. Skyrim.
That's just darker versions of the same image, but the room only plays for a couple seconds for each room before it goes to the next one.
One card right later. There's a kitty.
Yeah, that's George.
Okay, now I need to figure out how to stop the game. It worked! You didn't die! I'm a genius! Are you sure it worked? Please, never make a game again. Come on, no.
Hey, look, the kitchen. Bye.
Roll credits. Dude, this was so much fun.
The credits are playable too. And then you just push escape whenever it's done. There's no room after this, so. I used Comic Sans on purpose because it's annoying. It was a stylistic choice that I intentionally made.
Now I really don't want to show my game because they can't live up to that.
I spent probably like 6 hours a day working on that because I'm terrible at programming, like really bad at it, and I get frustrated really easily. Like there were 2 or 3 like nights where I was on the Lane Discord until like 2 in the morning, chatting with some other people in the class or other people who knew what they were talking about with Game Maker, just so that they could help me do it. There was this one major glitch that I found when I was doing the platformer section. After Miss Ify would get to the end of the level, it would just rapidly cycle through the rest of the rooms, like until it got to the end of the game. It would just immediately do all that in like a split second, and we could not figure out why that was until we discovered what I had done to make the ending so that it goes to each next room, like the side scroller, is there's an invisible object that once you touch it, it brings you to the next room. But the object permanence tab had accidentally been checked on it, as well as on the Miss Ify sprite. So when it loaded the next level or the next room, both the player sprite and that invisible one saying, if you touch this, go to the next room, we're in the same place on the same X and Y axis. So it was just rapidly touching it over and over and over until it ran out of rooms. But it took us 2 days to figure that out.
I think I remember seeing you ask for help during that.
The teacher was like, what the heck? Yeah.
Alright, so next I'll show what my final was, but just a fair warning to people watching, it's nowhere near as good, so.
I don't know if I've ever seen your final. Did we show them off in class? Or did we just upload them online?
Ooh, that's loud. That is very, very loud. Okay, I mute the computer audio again, so that's gonna take a moment.
You made more work for yourself by doing it this way. I'm like, yes, but this way I didn't have to learn how to do it a different way.
Okay, I pulled that up, but it's showing something that I definitely do not want to show on stream, because it's not ready yet. Then you probably know what I'm talking about. So, yeah, we're not gonna show that.
Your secret shrine to Marina?
How did you know? Okay, so yeah, that's the only build that has that file name on this computer, so I think it might be on some kind of other hard drive. So
It's gone
yeah.
for now. Dang.
If I find
Yeah,
it,
like I said, I have no idea where the original files for my game are.
if I can find it, I'll show it on stream again. I know for a fact I showed it during Link's Awakening stream, I can't remember which one though. But bit of a fun fact that the engine that I used, that like the whole file, that's what the how do I word this? That's spoiling anything.
You overwrote it with the secret project.
Yeah, so a lot of the stuff would seem familiar, but
I see.
alright, so since it's almost 1 in the morning, it's probably a good idea to wrap up the stream.
Dang, we were having so much fun. Thanks for playing my game, though.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. I loved all the fourth wall breaks. And
That's just how the comic is. It's always like that. It's just chaos and stupid jokes, and because that's how me and my best friend who writes it are like.
yeah. This makes me really want to read the Red comic, so I'm definitely going to check it out after this.
Do it. It's free.
Thank y'all so much for watching today's stream, and thank you, Pi, for joining us.
You're welcome. Thanks for having me.
Yeah. If they do another Splatfest, or we just feel like streaming again someday, then we'll probably drag you back here again.
Tetris stream.
Tetris! Thank y'all so much for watching, and until next time, Lady Gear to you.
Bye.